something to scrap. Damn it. Asshole. Well, hello, Scrap for Cash Army, which is what I'm calling you all now. That's just what you are. You're soldiers in the army to keep scrap out of the landfill, in case I haven't told you that. And you hear that? I accelerated the same time that tractor trailer uses engine brake. Thought I heard a knock. Where was I? Hello, Scrap for Cash soldiers. Army. Yeah, that's what it is. Army. Our motto is shop smart, shop dumpster smart, which is probably the lamest motto for any armed forces out there. But, you know, we don't carry guns. We carry grabbers and dumpster hooks. Think about it. And Mr. Scrappity actually had a great motto for that. This is my grabber. There are many like it, but this is mine. That's almost shirt-worthy. I'll have to think about that. But anyway, I digress. Today is Tuesday morning. Now, the plans have dramatically changed. I got a text from my apartment guy in Lexington that had several non-ferrous items that I wanted and several scrap items that I wanted. You know, enough actually to fill up my truck. So I made a special trip to get them. And then when I got there, apparently his plans had changed and he was working at a different complex that day and had to put it off until today or this afternoon. So my plan was to go down there yesterday, pick that stuff up, bring it back, process whatever I needed to process, and then get 3 trucks to the scrapyard, make money, and everybody's happy. Well, that plan kind of went out the window. So, being how we are the armed forces of the scrap environment, we have to adapt, adjust, and overcome here. So now the plan is to get at least a couple trucks to the scrapyard. And then I got to head back to Lexington and pick this load up, because it's definitely going to be worth picking up. The last thing he also said he had was a bunch of copper, and I ain't going to pass that up. So I left early enough that I thought that, you know, I'd miss some traffic delays, but, you know, obviously I'm an idiot. Anytime you get on 75, it can be during a pandemic with 75-degree weather and sunny and no rain, no nothing. And some Richard will have an event. That's where I see some scrap laying up here. I don't know if it's worth grabbing or not. Actually, that's a roadside. They might have an issue with me taking that. So I'll leave that. So anyway, what you'll see today is going to the scrapyard, which I'm getting ready to do if I ever make it back to the barn. And then I'm gonna hightail it back to Lexington, meet up with my apartment guy, get whatever scrap he's got, and then honestly, I'll probably do some more scrapping down there just to, you know, finish up a load, because, you know, I'm not gonna be able to head to the scrapyard probably for about a week. So whenever I do pick up, I can spend some time processing and maybe load up another truck or two, because I'm gonna be homebound for at least a week. So that's my plan. We'll see how it goes. Stuck in traffic again. Wish I was going southbound right now. That lane's wide open. This one, dead. I hate traffic. And while I was sitting here in traffic, and I mean stop and go traffic, that's what I'm in, this guy rolls up beside me and he starts yelling at me that he's got scrap. It's like a construction truck. I'm going up, okay. And he's pointing like, you know, follow me. I'm going, that ain't gonna happen. We're stuck in the middle of traffic, side by side with each other. We can't, you know, exchange names and numbers or anything. He's in the other lane. And then when my lane goes, I'm 30 cars in front of him. Then when his lane goes, he's like 4 cars. So there was a scrap opportunity on 75 this morning, and I wasn't able to fulfill it for obvious reasons. But the problem was here, this is the problem. All the way on the shoulder, out of the way, there's a cop with his lights on, and there's a Ford Mustang broke down. That's not something rare in the wild, folks. That's something that occurs like every, I don't know, 2 minutes of driving. Jesus Christ, buy a Chevy. You know, a Ford with its hood up is what I like to call a Ford in its natural environment. A Ford with its hood up is like a guy and a girl meeting at a bar. It's an invitation to the tow truck that says, hey, I'm available. And while I'm thinking of it, on my way to the scrapyard, by the way, she put a video out, and then I put a video out. Her video was her going to the scrapyard. My video was, you know, actually doing the work of getting the scrap. And right now, as of this morning, that video of hers is beating mine by about 30 views. Well, I can't, we can't have that. So I'm calling all my Scrap for Cash soldiers. Come to attention. You need to jump on board, you know, buy Scrappeth Old Bastardeth video and get that thing over $1,000 and get past her. I'm not gonna have that. Now come on now. I mean, I watched it like 30 times before I realized that my views don't count. So short of me coming to your house and watching it in the middle of the night while you're asleep, I need y'all to get on board. Can't have this. This is just not acceptable. So let's get them views going, shall we? Thank you. I filmed some of it. I didn't film all of it. It took too long, but I had to do a little swapping, not so much processing, but you know, getting the wire together. I've got copper and some bucket of brass. I got a converter down there. But in the midst of me doing that in the driveway, mind you, when I get done and get in the truck, on my arm is a tick. Now, maybe some of you can tell me this, and I'm sure God had a plan when he created a tick, but what on God's green earth purpose does that particular insect serve, other than causing us problems and dogs problems? I mean, they're parasites. They need a host to survive. And it tried to host with me, and I wouldn't let it. I just don't know what purpose they serve. It's kind of like a mosquito. They're parasites. But do we really need them? If not, they're not really serving a purpose, then why don't we just develop a tick bomb and kill them all? I'd be on board with that. Well, I made the turn into the scrapyard a while back. I blew the intro, sorry. I'm pulling into the drive-thru now. Ladies and gentlemen, Kid Rock. The later years, or maybe the same year, I don't know. He's wearing flip-flops at the scrapyard. Flip-flops, black socks, wife beater, ponytail. Oh, what are you gonna do? This thing is really pissing me off, man. Oh, hello, Bob. How you doing, feller?
Good. AUE 644.
No. Think about it. Want to do that first? They want to cut here too?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that. I remember that.
You want to be able to see through both sides.
I got
But
you.
if it's back there and you can't see through it, I'm sure no one stuck nothing up in there and tore it up.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Only got 3 of them.
That's, to me, that's number 1 heaven.
I appreciate you.
All right.
Been slammed at work.
You work in a car place, right?
Car X. I run a Car X store.
Do you know anything about like what would make got an oil change on my truck?
Yeah.
And after we did that, about 2 weeks later, whenever we come to a stop sign or a stop light for very long, the gauge, oil gauge goes down and the pressure gauge and the light comes on.
How many miles on it?
About 200,000.
I mean, it could be low, weak pump too.
That's what I was afraid of, because that's it. I got to lift the motor up to get to it.
With that many miles, that could probably be a weak pump.
Yeah, I got to lift the. Wait a minute. It doesn't hesitate or anything.
200,000 miles and got low oil pressure. Very possible.
Yeah, it just makes me wonder what it doesn't.
This is strange. It after the oil change.
Hesitate, it doesn't do nothing.
It won't. It won't. If you truly have an issue there, you'll listen for lifter noise.
I don't even hear a ticket.
Okay.
That's what I'm. It's like there's
That may
nothing.
just be maybe false.
Domestic regular GR2.
$50, I'll take it. It's better than a sharp stick in the eye, buddy.
There you go. That's the great. Is that everything then?
That's it, man. That's all I got.
You know, they got a thing now. I don't know if you've been in. I told you. If it's raining and you got batteries in the back of your truck, I can't take them. If they're wet whatsoever, if there's that much water on a battery,
They won't take them.
I can't take them.
Okay. I'll keep them inside then. I
Yeah,
get it.
that's something that
Especially if it's raining.
they said whether it's raining or snowing, it doesn't matter.
Moisture, because they don't know whether that's acid or not.
Somebody got burned, I guess. That's what I'm thinking, because they said it was supposed to be that way all the time, and we never enforced that.
Right.
But they are enforcing it strong now.
Cool. Okay. I remember. Oh, I want to show you something. I'll ask you something. I'm gonna start bringing these in. So what has to come off this to be a good board?
You want the aluminum, then the transformer, like these aluminums and the transformers. This is what makes your boards important. See them chips, that black chip, this one, those. And you see there's some real little tiny ones?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. The more chips you've got, the Don't matter how big or how small, the more chips you got, the higher the green board.
Okay, so does this stuff?
Yeah, you can leave that out.
Okay, what about this stuff?
Yeah, if you could take that off, because that's weight that,
Okay.
you know, but mainly these right here, the transformers, because you know they're heavy.
These and the aluminum.
Yeah.
No, that stuff there can stay. Now I know. I'll start doing them.
And them chips are the ones that
That's where the money's at?
That's where the money's
Good deal. Thank you, boss. I did, man. Didn't do shit.
He said didn't do that.
Didn't do nothing.
I really didn't either.
Hung out with grandkids, watched the fireworks. How you been?
I've been good. I had class last week, so I wasn't really here last week.
You wasn't? What matter?
They sent me the class for skid, or not skid steer, for the...
You gonna start working on cranes and shit?
Yeah, here soon.
Well, it's gonna be tough filling your shoes, I can tell you that.
Yeah, they're gonna have issues, that's for sure. I can't find somebody that actually works.
Yeah. That all the shit back.
That's what my brother said that the other day. He's like, you work too hard. I was like, y'all don't work hard enough.
Yeah. So I said the bar got set high.
Your wife, I barely see anybody work here. I'm like, yeah, they don't really.
No, they don't do what you do.
Yeah, that's like Jack, you know, the truck driver right there. He comes in every single morning with a scripture for me. So I told him, I said, every morning you come in, I said, have something new for me.
Yeah, I like that, man. And I get it. Some people are going to have issue with that.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Because somebody, and I've said that before to somebody, and they look at me and go, you know, that's really not my cup of tea, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay. That's cool. But, you know, of course, if you want to make a fight about it.
Yeah, I don't want to. Like, if I start talking about it and I can tell they're not wanting to hear it,
Yeah.
I stop. But a lot of these people need to hear it.
Man.
I mean, like I said, I ain't perfect or nothing, but
Nope.
little old me talking about guys, somebody else can do some big things.
Well, we're not, but we just tried to get better.
Yeah.
That's when it hit me. I read it. I didn't know it.
That's because when people, man, when I first started looking in the Bible, I was looking in it not for the wrong reasons, but I was wanting to seem smart and all that. But like you said, it's basic.
Right.
It's love, it's kindness.
Right.
Love thy enemy, love your neighbor, love your brother, just love everybody. Yeah, if you love me, you're going to be hated for it. You're going to be persecuted for it, but guess what? I also tell you that there's other mansions that.
Yeah, the
you're
reward
promised.
is greater than anything here.
And we gotta die here regardless.
Yeah. Right. I mean, we don't, this is just a vessel.
Yeah.
You know, the spirit.
You knew at a young age we're gonna clock out eventually.
Yeah.
You know.
So what are you
now-
saving yourself for? To die and then,
Yeah.
you know, because
Like I told my dad the other day, I said I would rather die, you know, than say Jesus or whatever not be real than to die and find out that
it
they
is
are.
real. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You and me both, buddy. I don't want to be on the receiving end of that.
No, hell or eternity's a long.
Yeah, buddy. See you, Cameron. That guy is pretty cool, man. Pretty good guy. That's my chair falling over. And it's 11 o'clock. I'm at 5160. Well, now I'm at 5200. Damn, I put on weight. Hang on, you're going to hear Marilyn in a minute.
I got that.
Thank you, Marilyn. When I come back, I don't know why I'm still talking. Y'all ain't even listening. Hey, Marilyn.
Yeah.
He didn't put the converter price.
The converter's not on there.
No, it was supposed to
I
be like.
wish they would quit doing that. Keep that down.
I wish I caught that
Oh, yeah,
before you
I'm
did.
glad you caught that too. Yeah.
Well, I wish I'd caught it before you had to print off something.
I don't know why they don't put that in there. I'll bet they don't even check it. I'm gonna have to talk to them.
Yeah, I don't, it comes up 0. I don't get that.
That's crazy. Because they're weighing it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, alrighty then.
Thank you.
So much.
See you, dear. All right. Those doorknob, no. Well, wasn't it? The mixed brass was the valve off this water tank, and it had another piece of brass that had metal attached to it. I had 3 pounds of that for $3.15. The doorknobs, now not all that was brass. The guts of the doorknob itself's metal, but the handle and the rings, it was 4 pounds of that for $1.45 a pound for $5.80. Somebody just sat on the curb. $50 for the converter. 6 pounds of number 2 copper for $2.80 a pound for $16.80. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 840 pounds of unclean sheet at 150 a net ton. So it went down a whopping $5. $63 for that. 32 pounds of number 2 insulated wire for $33.60. I'm telling you, those rat bastards stay away from me. I would make bank on that stuff. And though I had 3 pounds of that heavy copper wire. The one through was number 1, $1.85 a pound for $5.55 for a grand total of $177.90. And that one is done. Well, I'm making the turn into the Cohen Empire. hell are you mowing on? Thought I had two of them. Yeah, lost one. Oh. Just say, man, it's nice dealing with professional people. They're just nice people. They really are. I like it. And I was pleasantly surprised by that load. It went through its clean sheet, not unclean. So we had 880 pounds at 165 a net ton for $72.60. I'll tell you right now, I'm pretty happy. I'm pushing, what, 250? And I still got a truckload. Yeah, it just, like Brian and Marilyn and Cameron and Bob. I mean, it's just nice dealing with professional people that genuinely appreciate what you're doing, and they're pleasant. They're pleasant to deal with. You know you by name. Hey, how you doing, Dennis? You know what I think of when they hear the word pleasant? Yeah, never mind. Betty is alive and kicking. And she's wanting to go for a spin to the scrapyard. I don't think I'm gonna lose anything there. Hopefully. thinks? Man, I don't think it's a great load, but looks like she's squatting somewhat. Unless I missed something in here. That may just be her squatting too. So, yeah. We'll see if we can get this load to the scrapyard without something falling off. Be back in a few. That is me as a scrapping Christmas gnome. So at Christmas time, I'll have him displayed somewhere. But if I was a gnome at Christmas, I think that's me right there. He's kind of got that look like, leave me alone. Bah, scrap bug. A farmer goes out one day and buys a brand new stud rooster to copulate with his chickens. The farmer puts the rooster straight in the pen so he can get right down to business. The young rooster walks over to the old rooster and says, "Okay, old fella, time to retire." The old rooster looks at him and says, "You can't handle all these chickens. Look what it did to me." The young rooster replies, "Don't give me a hassle about this and don't make this a thing. You're old. It's time for you to step aside and let the young man take over, so take a hike." The old rooster says, "Come on, just let me have the two old hens over in the corner. I won't bother you." The young rooster, no, beat it. You're washed up, I'm taking over, all the hens are mine. So the old rooster thinks for a minute and then says to the young rooster, "I'll tell you what, young fella, I'll have a race with you around the farmhouse. Whoever wins the race gets the domain of the chicken coop. And if I'm so feeble, why not give me a little head start?" Young rooster says, "Sure, no problem, Pops. You know I'm still going to beat you." They line up in the back of the farmhouse. They get a chicken out front to go cluck, go, and the old rooster takes off running. About 15 seconds later, the young rooster takes off after him. They round the front of the farmhouse, and the young rooster is only about 5 inches behind the old rooster, and he is gaining ground fast. The farmer, sitting on the porch, looks up and sees what's going on. He grabs his shotgun and boom! Shoots the young rooster dead. He shakes his head gloomily and says to his wife, "Son of a bitch, that's the 3rd gay rooster I've bought this week." I'm on my way to the scrapyard, and an opportunity to pick up some heavy scrap presented itself. And I'm going to go back and see if I can lasso it, since I'm heading to the scrapyard anyway. Don't believe I passed it. Believe it's up here somewhere. Oh, I didn't pass it. And I got a place to pull in and everything. I can look at it right there and throw it in, and I'll take it. Sure, I can find a spot for it. Well, I'll definitely take that and that. Not too ashamed. Take a little copper. I'm hoping can get that just sit right there. Not one more piece. Well, I'm making the old familiar turn into the scrapyard for the third time today. 3 trucks. Not saying that's never been done, but it's not been done with as much style and grace as I've done it. Just saying. This guy beat me in first, but I stopped to pick up some scrap first. And he's got a little Ford Ranger. He's got it loaded down pretty good. I know y'all can't see him. I'm glad I'm not going through the drive-thru right now, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars in line and probably 2 or 3 more inside, so that's going to be a while in there. So I think these 2 pieces of scrap copper that I picked up, see that? I think I'll wait, do them later. Thank you, Marilyn. Hey, Chuck. Thanks, partner. Appreciate you. What, bub?
That truck.
My third one.
I ain't seen that one.
I don't get her out much.
Turned it in this morning. Really? Okay. Want it off?
Oh, go away.
Yeah, I should have threw them over too.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you won't believe how much people throw out and I don't realize it. Yeah, you and your wife's always good to me, so I figure I'll help out.
I was saying that when I left here earlier. Man, I don't know why everybody's got to be. This place just professional.
Yeah. But why you gotta pee?
Why you got to be?
Don't you know I'm human too?
Yeah. We got to be like that for.
Battery's out.
I didn't know they had a battery in it.
I can put that in your truck.
Yeah. If I don't, I'll lose it for sure.
You better not.
Ain't a bit of danger of me losing that thing.
Oh, it's got a good weight to it.
Man, it does.
Can't believe somebody got rid of it.
Yeah, I found it when I was out back. It's like, well, I'll see if he's got any to go with it. If you don't.
I picked up on the way in. I saw a big old blower motor, and there was a box next to it. I said, since I'm going in, I'll take that blower motor. I looked in the box, 2 pieces of copper.
Yeah, the stuff people throw away.
When are they moving you to the crane?
It's probably still gonna be a month at least.
How much training you got to do on that?
I think it's like 24 hours. Like,
Do you practice in here with it?
no, not yet. I ain't allowed to do that. My brother's gonna teach me. Because I'll take his spot and then he'll go inside and he'll basically be running the whole yard.
What's Brian doing?
Right now, he's running 2 locations, and we might be giving this one to Patrick and him going to Woodlawn, or
Really?
yeah, that's the plans at least.
That'll be a big up for Patrick then.
Yeah, because he told me the other day when me and you know who was at it a little bit. He was like, dude, you got a future here. Like, I need you to just don't let people get to you.
Well, it's like he told, or what he told me, he told Jared was, man, just do your job, stop pissing people off. Yeah, I'm keeping that.
Yeah, it's not hard. I mean, you got your people that it's hard to piss them off. And then you got other people, you can't say nothing to them. You know, you're trying to explain something to them and they're getting mad.
They're getting mad.
Talking shit, and I'm telling them, I'm trying to teach you.
Yeah.
Throw those in that bucket.
Yeah. Yes, I'm letting him unload.
Like I told somebody the other day, I said, if you can't get along with me, there's a problem.
Yeah, and that's true too, man. Somebody comes out here and argue and fight with you, it's because they're doing something wrong.
Like, granted, I don't help everybody.
And they got called out on it.
Yeah. Like, I don't help everybody, but I help most. If I don't help them, it's because they did something pissed me off and I won't.
Right. They don't deserve it. Grab that spool. You all take that wire, I guess.
Good to go.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown. Well, so, okay, hang on, let me turn that on. I've said it before and I'll say it again. These are a great bunch of guys out here. Cameron, you're a rock star. There's probably worse ways. Well, there are. Not probably. There's worse ways to make a living. This ain't bad, man. I mean, it's just not bad. If you got the means, grab a truck, start scrapping. Black Betty is completely unloaded. I'm sure she's happy because this thing had 1,200 pounds on it. At $150 a net ton for a flat even $90. So round numbers, $350 today. Thank y'all for tuning in, watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had fun. I will see you at the next scrap site. Scrap for Cash is out. See y'all.